Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well today. Today I have my May 2019 candle and wax empties to share with you. I also have quite a bit of Bath & Body Works body care that I was able to finish last month. I hope you've all had a fantastic May. May was a really great month for me. I was able to finish so much, especially in the wax melts. My overall theme for May was strawberry and blackberry, and then I also melted some lime and lemon, and it was just so enjoyable. I loved having the sweetness of the strawberry and then having the tartness from the lime scents and the lemon scents, and it was just great. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite scent was for May. Are you already moving into summer scents, or are you still melting like spring type scent? Because I did finish so much wax last month and quite a few candles. This is going to be a longer video. I know that most of my empties videos are already quite long as it is, but I really do try to keep them under 1 hour. This one I might not be as successful. We might go over because I do have quite a bit of the Bath & Body Works body care that I finished last month as well. So I am going to try to keep it as concise as possible, but definitely cuddle in and grab a snack because this is going to be a long one. As with all of my empties, I'm going to start with the body care and hand soaps first, and then move into the wax, and then into the candles. I will leave the timestamps below in the description as well as in the comments. And I will also try to leave the timestamps for the individual candles as well, as several of you reached out to me and said that was extremely helpful, because if you're coming back to my empties videos and watching them for a particular candle review, you can just click on that timestamp and it will take you directly to that portion of the video. Since I do have so much here, I'm going to just jump right in. So if you're interested in hearing about what I melted, used, and burned in May, let's get started. Alrighty, we finished 4 hand soaps in May. The first one we finished is my beloved Linen and Lavender. Y'all already know how much I enjoy this. This is my go-to kitchen soap. I think I've got 1 or 2 left. I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm done with it. I'm going to have to find a replacement. I love this scent. Very clean and fresh. Perfect for the kitchen. My partner finished this Vanilla Chai. This is a scent that I had picked up at the test store last year. It's a really nice, cozy, warm, spicy kind of scent. It was really great for the fall. And then we finished a hand soap in Strawberry Lemon and then Island Margarita. This was the packaging that came out last summer for semi-annual sale, and I just think it's so cute. It matched some of the candles that they had brought out at that time. The strawberry was pretty dominant, but you got a nice amount of lemon. I actually really enjoyed it. And then of course Island Margarita is just a staple. I love using this about once a year. It's just a really nice, fruity, summery scent. I finished this pocket back in Llama Corns, and the scent is Sweet Rainbow Fizzy Fruit Pop, and it is just a really nice, fruity, citrusy scent that was really nice for the warmer weather. I used this Lush Bath Bomb in Sea Salt, and this is one of the really big bombshell bath bombs that they brought out for the limited edition sale that they had. I'm not sure if it's still on the website. It was a bit pricey, but it was huge, and it was so wonderful. The outside was blue, and inside it was filled with this very coarse sea salt. It was just the smoothest, really nicest bath water. I definitely got out and felt that my skin was very refreshed. I really enjoyed it, and if they did still have it available, once I get through some of my other bath bombs, I would definitely consider getting this one again. It was very fresh, very nice for warmer weather as well. And then, as I mentioned, I did get through quite a bit of body care, a lot more than normal. So one of the things that I wanted to do during this break from taking care of my grandmother was to kind of go through all of my bathroom cabinets and my linen closet and just kind of clean everything out, reorganize, just kind of do like a spring clean of that. And then I was able to get rid of like some old products that had expired that I wasn't really feeling like I should use on my skin. But during that process, I found several pieces of bottles that I'm like, okay, they had maybe like 4, 5, 6 uses, and so I was able to finish quite a bit. The first one I finished is this Coco Shea Cucumber Incredibly Creamy Body Wash. I actually really like this scent. It is just very, very refreshing for warmer weather, for spring or for summer, and I do like that creamy consistency. I don't necessarily feel that it leaves my skin more moisturized than the regular shower gel, but I did like the way it felt on the loofah itself. I would definitely consider getting this again. I also finished this White Mocha Kiss Creamy Body Wash. This is part of the 2D Dolce line that they brought out 2 2 years ago, maybe 3. This smells like Beach Night Summer Marshmallow. Really nice, creamy, sweet vanilla kind of scent. I really like it. And again, I did like the consistency of the creamy body wash, although I didn't necessarily feel like it left my skin more moisturized afterwards. But it was nice to have this scent in a different form. We did also finish this Eucalyptus and Spearmint Stress Relief. I used to love this scent. This was a staple for me. I would all the time have it in my shower, and I used it for years and years and years. And then I think I just got burnt out from the scent, you know, because I had used it for so long. I started moving into different things. It still is a really nice scent. I don't know that I've ever found this scent to be relaxing. I've always found it more to be like uplifting and even somewhat invigorating, but really nice. Kind of was a throwback for me because I haven't used it in so long, but it was nice to kind of finish it up. And then I also finished the shower gel and the body cream in lavender and sandalwood. This was a scent they brought out 2 or 3 years ago, and I think this is actually coming back for semi-annual sale. This was really nice. I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot when I got it at first. I'm not as good about finishing up my body care like I am candles, so I tend to use it for a little while, get tired of it, and then put it away and then go on to something else. Definitely sandalwood heavy, somewhat of a feminine kind of vibe to this one, maybe a little bit mature, but I did like it, and I did find it to be a nice scent that kind of stayed on my skin for a good amount of time. And then I finished these travel size lotions in one in French lavender and honey. I always liked this scent. It never really smelled much like lavender to me, but I did find it to be a nice, pleasant, sort of sweet, earthy scent. And then I finished this Endless Weekend, which is so old. I mean, it literally just had this much in it. I think I got like 1 or 2 uses out of it. And I used to really like this scent, and then it's sort of one of those scents that I grew out of and just haven't gone back to. But it was kind of nice to revisit these. But I am glad that I'm done with them. So I also finished this Gingham Trio, and this is the new scent they released this year. Big marketing campaign on this one. To me, this one did have vibes of like the old school sheer freesia scent. I definitely picked up that freesia. There was a bit of a citrusy undertone to it as well, but I liked it. I didn't love it. I don't necessarily even feel the need to buy like a full size, but I liked it okay. You know, it was fine. I actually took this when I went out of town in May traveling, and this was perfect to like take in my travel bag. So I finished the shower gel, the cream, and I actually finished a mist, which I rarely buy their mist at this point, but I did think this scent was pretty enough that I did use it and finished it, and it was nice again traveling. Sometimes I take the mist and I'll use them for like room sprays for hotels, you know, especially if you're sharing a room with multiple people, for the bathroom. It's just, I actually kind of use this as a room spray and a body spray, so it kind of did both purposes and it worked just fine. And yeah, again, I like this scent. It was okay. I enjoyed it for what it was, but it's not a scent that I feel like I need to get more of right away. I think I do have another trio of the small ones like this, but I really do love the packaging. It is just so throwback to the 90s, and I did like the concept, and I have liked the packaging they've done this year with this. I finished this Destination soap from Destination Wax in Lavender Twilight, and y'all know that I absolutely love the Lavender Twilight scent. It's just perfection to me. It is like the most spot on Lavender Twilight dupe that I've tried from any vendor. And I'm not normally a fan of bar soap, like I've just used shower gels for so long, but I've lately started gravitating a little bit more to bar soaps, and so I finally decided to go ahead and use this, and it is fabulous. This one was very mild. It didn't leave my skin dry. The scent was perfect. You could definitely get the scent. It was very present. It was wonderful. It lathered up really nicely. It was quite sudsy, but it was just great. I really, really enjoyed this soap. I think that Rebecca has converted me to using bar soap, and I would definitely get this one again the next time she offers it ready to ship. Now, obviously, this is still quite full. As you can see, I have used some of it, but I did want to chat about it a little bit because when I did my bathroom clean out, this was in there, and I need to just go ahead and get rid of it. So I've used this twice, and the first time it broke me out, but I wasn't 100% sure at that time that it was this product, because I had taken a shower early that morning. I had used another product, so I used this again by itself, having this be the only bath product I used. I used the sugar scrub and then used the lotion, and my skin broke out horribly. It got very, very red, almost like sunburn kind of red, not that intense, but it also a little bit itchy, and it was just very inflamed and not happy at all. So for whatever reason, this broke me out. I was chatting with my friend Kim from Kim Hearts Organizing, and she also mentioned that she had had a similar experience. I don't want to speak for her, but she had mentioned it as well. So I did just want to kind of put it out there before I threw this away, because I did put this in an Instagram story at one point, and I just wanted you to be aware. If you have sensitive skin like I do, just beware. Maybe just test it on part of your arm arm first. Don't lather over your whole body like I did, because it was quite miserable for a good 24, maybe even 48 hours. So it could be just this particular scent. I don't want to like give a blanket statement that it's all of her products, obviously, but it definitely has sort of stopped me from ordering more. I just wanted to let you all know about that experience. Okie dokie says all of the body care and hand soaps. Said it was a bit more than I normally go through. I'm going to rearrange a little bit and we'll move right on into the wax melts. Alrighty, as I mentioned, I got through a ton of wax melts. I think like 40 something cents. My theme was strawberry, blackberry, lime, and lemon, and it was just very enjoyable overall. I did go out of town for May for a long Mother's Day weekend, and my partner was able to take the opportunity to melt some fresh scents that sort of bordering on masculine fresh scents that I'm not normally a fan of, and my partner was super sweet and actually made notes for me so I could still share those empties with you all. So there are going to be some of the empties that I didn't melt myself. My partner took some pretty decent notes, so I thought that was really, really sweet. Jumping right in, I finished this bag of Rosegirls Vanilla Strawberry Noel Fluff Puffs. This is a scent that I started last year, so it was like half a bag and I was able to finish it. Really, really love this scent. It was so yummy. There was slightly more of that sort of bakery vanilla vibe than the strawberry. The Fluff Puffs kind of dominated, but then you still got a nice amount of the strawberry. Just a really nice combination. The strength and throw of this is about a 7 for a small chunk in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. I finished this clam in the Bathing Gardens Lavender Serenity. This is a lavender and grape scent. Now, I'm not actually a huge fan of grape, I've come to find out, and the grape in this was very, very dominant, especially when it was melting. I got mostly, like, I would say 80% grape and just a little bit of the lavender. And so it was very sweet and very strong, and it just wasn't my absolute favorite, but if you like grape and wax, I think that you might really like this combination. The strength and throw was about an 8.5, maybe even a 9 for 1 cube in my 20-watt hot plate warmer, and about a 7.5 in my bulb warmer. So I did kind of end up moving it to my bulb warmer because it was so strong and because I wasn't in love with it personally, and I did want to go ahead and finish it, that it was a bit more tolerable for me in my bulb warmer. But yeah, really strong. If you like grape scents, I think you'd like this one a lot. I finished this chunk bag in Sassy Girl Aromas Disneyland. You can see how old this one is. I do take all of my bakery bags and then transfer them into the poly bags because I feel like it does help retain the scent a bit better. This is a combination of pineapple, creamsicle, strawberries, cotton candy, lemonade, and whipped cream. A really nice fruity concoction. It wasn't a love scent for me, but more of a like scent. It was enjoyable. I know this was really popular back when I bought it. Like, everyone wanted it. The strength and throw was about a 5.5 for a small chunk in my 20-watt hot plate warmer, and about a 6.5 for a small chunk in my 24-watt hot plate warmer. So it did better in the larger wattage warmer. I finished this clam in Super Tarts Thanos. This is herbal lavender buds and whipped cream, and it says Twilight in parentheses. I actually don't really like Super Tarts lavender. If you did happen to watch my like very first Super Tarts video on my channel, I did order some of her lavender scents and I just did not like them. I was always used to like a very herbal, like realistic kind of lavender or a clean lavender, and hers was very like sweet, and I wasn't a personal fan of it. But this was one that I was able to tolerate. It definitely is much more of an herbal lavender. It's supposed to be a Twilight dupe. It's not a great one. For me, it does come across as an herbal lavender with some vanilla. So to me, it is pretty sweet, especially when it's melting. And it was okay. It was nice. Not one that I would repurchase, but I was able to finish it and it was fine. The strength and throw was a 7.5 for 1 cube in my bulb warmer. So typical, pretty strong Super Tarts performance. And then I finished this shape in Vintage Chic scents Are You Afraid of the Dark? The notes are Vermont, honey apple, sweet cranberries, blackberries, and ginger ale. And I am pretty sure that this was a customer creation from the end of last year. I can't remember who created this. My apologies, but I do remember it was a customer creation. And it is really nice blend. I really like her ginger ale scents mixed with the blackberry and the apple. I think for me personally, I would have liked it better if it was a tart cranberry. I think the sweetness of the apple, the cranberries, the blackberry, to me it was a little bit too sweet for my personal taste. I think a tart cranberry would have made it just perfect, but it was still really, really nice. It was also quite strong. The strength and throw was about an 8.5 for a small chunk in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. This is what I might get again. I think if I got it again, I would maybe blend it with maybe a tart fruit of some sort to kind of balance out the sweetness. But if you like her ginger ale fruity scents like Chicago Outfit, I think you might like this one. Alright, so now I'm going to move into the scents that my partner melted. I did not melt these. I was not home when they melted, but I do have the notes that my partner wrote, and my partner even numbered them because of the notes that were written. So I thought that was really sweet. This is Destination Wax Blackjack. This is black chamomile brightened up with apple, clary sage, and extra chamomile. And I'm just not a fan of black chamomile in wax or in body care, like the black chamomile scent from Bath & Body Works. I'm just not a fan. It's just too strong for me personally. But my partner said this was a great scent, very pungent, very strong. My partner said it was great mixed with the black chamomile scent. My partner loved this one and said it was a favorite. Then my partner finished the black chamomile, which is chamomile, tonka bean, wild lily, and bergamot, which is the Bath & Body Works type. I will tell you this is a spot on dupe to the Bath & Body Works scent. I do buy that body care every year for my son. It's something I always put in his stocking. And my partner said this was also a great, very strong scent. Also mixed with the blackjack, also a favorite, really loved it. My partner finished the scent shot in Bonsai. This is a strong, fresh, green, soapy scent, great for freshening up the bathroom. And my partner really, really loved the scent, but said it was actually kind of weak. It was a lighter scent, couldn't really smell it that much, but loved it on cold sniff. And yes, those are the words my partner used. I wasn't very proud of that. So again, liked the scent, but wasn't very strong, again, per my partner. My partner finished Tonic, and this was also a very strong, enjoyable scent. Very, very fresh. Absolutely loved it. Definitely asked me to buy this one again. My partner finished the sample of Purple Fox Wax 6 Feet Under. This is a mahogany wood, dirt, and sandalwood. My partner said the scent was good, liked the scent, but it didn't last long, and melted it in my 24-watt hot plate warmer. My partner finished this Bento Wax, which is a pumpkin pecan waffles type of scent. My partner said, love this one, delicious, very, very strong, absolutely loved it, gave fall vibes, very, very strong in the 20-watt and the Scentsy Accord Warmer. And the last one my partner finished was this Vintage Chic Scents White Witch. This is Rain, Bonfire, and Crunchy Leaves. This was also another scent that my partner really, really loved, but also was very light. Melted it in my 24-watt hot plate warmer. It was better, could smell it much more. The 20-watt hot plate warmer, it was much weaker. Was disappointed and wished this was stronger, but loved the scent itself. Now moving totally away from the fresh scents and back into the fruit scents. I was home at this point, and then the rest of these are ones that I finished. I finished this Better Homes and Garden Banana Berry Smoothie. This was actually really nice, but there was actually more berry to this than the banana, which was okay. There was definitely this sort of strawberry, berry, banana smoothie vibe, and just hints of the banana though. That strawberry and berry notes really came through the most. There was this really nice sweetness and tartness to this. The strength and throw was about a 7.5 for 1 cube in my bulb warmer. The next scent that I was attempting to melt, but then I was a little nervous about, is this Sassy Girl Aroma Cupcakes at Tiffany's. So I'm going to kind of pull the wax in and maybe let you see here. There are a lot of crystals on this wax. Now I know that, I think Christy from Scent Junkie had mentioned in one of her videos that there was some wax out there, I'm not saying it's Sassy Girl, that had got kind of crystallized like this, and I think there was some conversation that it was kind of deemed safe, and I'm sure that it probably is safe. I know it's just the oils that have, for whatever reason, crystallized. A couple of my Bath & Body Works candles do this, the Hot Cocoa and Cream, Raspberry Peach Macaron. I'm just not personally comfortable to melt this. Now, this scent is not a scent that I'm in love with anyway. I know a lot of people like it. It's not my personal favorite, so I am just going to kind of get rid of this, but I just wanted you to all be aware. I've had this since 2017, and I did melt some in 2018, and it was fine. So for whatever reason, the past year, it's really crystallized like this. So just in case you have this scent, and maybe you have it in your stash, this might be one that you want to melt sooner rather than later. I finished this Sassy Girl Aroma scent and Beach Night Cantaloupe Strawberry Peach Birthday. One of my followers / subscribers on Instagram, bgarrow52, I'll put their name below, sent me a really sweet package that include these socks that had hedgehogs on them, and I was having this whole hedgehog theme this past year that I've just loved hedgehogs, and then sent me some wax. And so this is one of the ones that I was sent, and I'm very appreciative of that. This is a really nice scent. I already love the Beach Night scent from Sassy Girl Aroma. It is a spot on dupe to the Bath & Body Works scent. The Beach Night definitely dominates. I did get a little bit of the fruit kind of hints here and there, but for the most part it was the Beach Nights that came through, which I was fine with because I love that scent. The strength and throw was an 8, and it lasted a really, really long time in my 20-watt and Scentsy Accord Warmer, and I really enjoyed it. I finished the Shape and Vintage Chic Scents Marshmallow Bob Hope. This is gooey marshmallows, strawberry rhubarb pie, chantilly cream, and I absolutely love the Spirit of Bob Hope. I've talked about it so many times on my channel. It was the top scent of 2018 for me. It's a very nice, tart, and sweet strawberry scent. I love that mixture of the sweet and the tart. It's just fantastic. This had the marshmallows, which just gave it a little bit of extra like sweetness. I don't really think the marshmallow did much to add to the scent, honestly. I would have probably just preferred it by itself, but it was still nice to try. The strength and throw was about a 6.5 for a small chunk in my 20-watt hot plate warmer, and I definitely will always keep the Spirit of Bob Hope on hand as a scent I keep because it's fabulous. I finished the Scent Shot in Southbound Soap's Monster Jam. This one is just like a roadside farmer's market where all the notes of the fresh jams and preserves collide. This one is a jammy strawberry berry scent. It actually sort of reminds me somewhat to Destination Wax's Strawberry Seed. So if you like that one, I think that you'd like this one. To me, it's not a fall scent, even though she had originally released it as a fall scent. To me, it definitely registers as a spring scent because I love strawberry in spring. I did really enjoy the scent. The strength and throw was about a 6.5 for half of the Scent Shot in my 24-watt hot plate warmer and half of the Scent Shot in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. So I took the Scent Shot, cut it in half, 2 halves, 2 different warmers, same room. The total strength and throw was about a 6.5. I attempted to finish this Super Tarts Strawberry Mac Apple Pumpkin Milkshake. I just did not like this scent. The combination did not work for me. I like strawberry, I like Mac Apple, and I like the pumpkin milkshake / vanilla snowflake scent. But this combination did not work for me at all. I did not prefer it. It was very strong though, but I am just gonna chunk it at this point. I finished this Easy Melt Cup in Yankee Candle Strawberry Lemon Ice. Really like this scent. It's just pretty much a staple. I really like it in the Easy Melt Cup because the candle doesn't give me very much luck. It's a nice lemony strawberry popsicle kind of scent. It is actually quite similar to the Yankee Candle White Strawberry Bellini scent that they brought out, although this has the extra lemon and I actually preferred this scent. It's fairly balanced between the lemon and the popsicle. The strength and throw is about a 6 for the first rotation and about a 4 for the second rotation. So this is just a lighter scent in general. It's not as strong as some of the other scents in Easy Melt Cup, but if I get a good sale, it is a scent that I continue to get because I do like it. And I do feel like it's a scent that's good when guests are coming because I don't want to, like, you know, overstimulate my guest's nose. So this is always a good one to put on if I know that I'm going to have guests because it's a light, pleasant scent without being overpowering. I finished this mini muffin in Rosegirls Pomegranate Raspberry and Fresh Picked Strawberries. Really, really, really nice blend. Very fruity, juicy, slightly tangy, which y'all know at this point I love, but also sweet, just yum. This combination with that sort of tart pomegranate, the tartness from the raspberry, and then balance the sweetness from the strawberry, it's just really perfect. I love it. I could even see this being great mixed with a little bit of bakery, like her Monster Cookie Fluff Puffs. I really would love to pick this one up again. Really, really enjoyed this one a lot. The strength and throw was about a 6.5, 7 in my Scentsy Accord Warmer. I also finished this mini muffin in Rosegirls Strawberry Lemon Wackadoodle, another one that I really, really enjoyed. Very nicely balanced. The bakery notes did come out a bit more when it was warm, but I still got a nice amount of the strawberry and the lemon, and what I really liked about it is that the lemon didn't overpower. Sometimes lemon can completely take over a blend. This was a very creamy lemon. It didn't overpower, and I just thought it was really nice. The strength and throw was about a 6 for a couple pieces in my Scentsy Accord Warmer. I finished the Scent Shot in Hayden Rose Mint Mojito. This is from 2017 as well. As you can see, I've been trying to kind of work through some of my older wax and melt stuff from 2017. This was a really nice scent. On cold sniff, I definitely got a lot of the mint, and then when I melted it, I definitely got the mint, but I also got a good amount of pineapple. So it was this minty pineapple scent, very sugary, sweet. It was very authentic cocktail drink kind of scent. I actually really liked it. The strength and throw was about a 7.5 for half of the Scent Shot in my 24-watt hot plate warmer and half of the Scent Shot in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. And I think this is definitely a scent that I would pick up again because I don't think I've smelled this from any other vendor, and it is really nice. I finished this shape in Southbound's Strawberry Seduction. This is sweet strawberry frosting, fresh baked sugar cookies, yellow cake, and fresh picked strawberries. A really nice strawberry bakery sweet scent. I didn't like it too much at first, but then after I had melted a couple times, I started coming around to it. I'm not the hugest fan of yellow cake oil, but I can tolerate it in some blends, and this one was actually pretty well balanced. On cold sniff, that yellow cake really came through, but when I melted it, the strawberry dominated more, and so I was much happier with it, and the strawberry was definitely more present than the bakery note. So it actually was really nice. It wasn't very strong for me though. The strength and throw was about a 5, which is still a medium in my 20-watt and Scentsy Accord Warmer. So I tried it in my 20-watt first, and then I had put it in my Scentsy Accord, which has, you know, 3 dishes, and I put like 3 pieces in each. And, you know, I could smell it when I was sitting really close to it, but it didn't travel very far. But I finished this 8-pack block, I think it was, in Destination Wax Strawberry Lemonade Gelato. You see, again, 2017. This is creamy vanilla, sweet strawberries, and lemon. I really, really like this blend. It's definitely one that I'm going to repurchase. I think all the notes just come together really nicely. I mean, strawberry lemon, you think, oh, I mean, a lot of people do that, but this one is a different spin. Rebecca, who is the owner of Destination Wax, just always has a really unique way of, you know, putting the oils together to create something that's just a little bit different than other vendors, and I really appreciate that and love it. I love the creaminess of the scent. It does sort of make you think of gelato or ice cream, and it's really nice. Not overly sweet though. The strength and throw was about a 6 for 1 cube in my 24-watt hot plate warmer. I also finished this Destination Wax strawberry crumble. This is strawberry and berry baked with light topping of sugar cookie crumble. And this is actually reminds me of the Good Humor strawberry crumble popsicles. This isn't like a cobbler kind of scent. There's no brown sugar. It definitely reminds me more of those ice cream bars. Like that just is now what I think of when I smell this scent. It is really nice balance of the strawberry and sort of the bakery vanilla notes. Delicious. This one is a bit lighter for me. I did melt it in my Scentsy Accord warmer, which I don't normally melt my Destination Wax in that warmer. So I got about a 5 in my Scentsy Accord warmer. But then when I put it in my 24-watt hot plate warmer, I got about a 6.5. I finished this Clam and Barrett Wax Craft Strawberry Rhubarb. This one is really nice. It does sort of remind me of Goose Creek Strawberry Jam, which I'll talk about in a minute. Somewhat. It's not exact because this one is less jammy and more tart, but there is like a very similar strawberry note. It's very well balanced. I love, again, tart and sweet mixture, and that's what I think I love about this one. It's great. It's not the most authentic strawberry scent, but I'm okay with that because I like a wide variety of strawberry scents. But if you're looking for something super authentic, this might not be for you. But if you're like me and you just like all different kinds of strawberry and you like a little bit of tartness, I think you'd like this one. The strength and throw is about a 7 for 1 cube in my bulb warmer. Very consistent with Barrett Wax Crafts performance for me. I finished this scent shot in Empire Alchemy's Teeny Wahini. This is key lime curd, coconut milk, and rainbow sherbet. And oh my goodness, I absolutely love this scent so much. She had a pre-order recently and I ordered a bag of it. I feel like I maybe should have even gotten 2 bags of it. It is fantastic. Now I am actually quite fussy with lime scents. They have to be very certain lime oils or I'm just not a fan. This one is amazing. It is a creamy, tangy lime. It's not astringent, it's not bitter, it is just perfect. It definitely gives me like lime sherbet ice cream kind of vibes. Really, really enjoyed this one. It was also quite strong. It strength and throw is about a 10 for half of the scent shot in my 24-watt hot plate warmer. And like I mentioned, I've already repurchased it and I cannot wait to get it. I finished this Clam and Better Homes and Gardens Blueberry Lime Mojito. This one was quite enjoyable. It was mostly a sweet, juicy blueberry. It wasn't a candy blueberry. It definitely felt like it was a drinkable blueberry juice. Almost kind of bordering on pomegranate, but you definitely got a nice amount of the lime. So it was, again, that tart and sweet, which y'all know I really like. I did get a hint of mint, not peppermint or spearmint, definitely more of a garden mint kind of oil. It was nice. The strength and throw was about a 7.5 for 1 cube in my bulb warmer. I also attempted to finish this Better Homes and Garden Clam in Summer Strawberry Mimosa. I actually only used 1 cube. The scent was actually really nice. It was a very sweet, slightly orange strawberry drink kind of scent. But the 1 cube I melted severely stained my warmer, and I'm not sure why, because it's a light colored wax, but it stained my warmer so badly like I had to really put the elbow grease in to get it off, and I just wasn't trying to deal with that, so I didn't want to finish this one. But the scent was nice, but it just made a mess. I finished this Chantilly Shatter and Vintage Chic Scent Strawberry Jackie O. This is fresh picked strawberries, marshmallow birthday cake, and vanilla bean Noel. And again, the Chantilly Shatter comes in the bakery bag, and I just re-bag it as poly bag. This seems like it is the Bluebird Cafe strawberry scent mixed with the Jackie O, and it's just a very sweet, creamy strawberry scent with like vanilla goodness. I'm not the hugest fan of Jackie O. I know a lot of people really love it, but for me, I just don't get the best performance from Jackie O, and it's just kind of an okay blend. But I know a lot of people love it, so I think if you like strawberry and Jackie O, you probably like it. It was just okay for me personally though. The strength and throw was about a 5 in my Scentsy Accord warmer and about a 5.5 in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. I finished this potion pack in Super Tarts Blackberry. I've had this one for quite a while. I was saving it. I had a little finger shape, and I did a really cute time lapse on that on my Instagram, and it was just like I couldn't get over how like just cute and fun it was. She has a really nice, juicy, sweet blackberry scent, no perfume notes. Strength and throw is about a 7.5 in my 20-watt hot plate warmer and about a 7 in my bulb warmer. I really like her blackberry, and I would get it again. I finished this sushi roll in Bento's Benny. This is fresh picked strawberries, as ripe and sweet as you come. Again, Bento is defunct, no longer in business. This was just an okay scent, and it was also very, very light for me. The strength and throw was about a 3 for the full roll in my 20-watt hot plate warmer, so it just didn't work out for me. I finished this scent shot in Empire Alchemy 7th and Fig. This is strawberry shortcake, fig jam, rhubarb, and citrus bakery, and another one that I really, really enjoyed. The fig added this really different element to a strawberry scent. It added this nice earthy sweetness to the blend, but you also got the tartness from the rhubarb, and you got a little bit of the sweetness from the bakery. It was just really well balanced. Overall, very, very nice. Again, I think that one thing I love about this vendor is just her amazing ability to kind of blend scents together that you think, is that really going to work? And then somehow it does work, and just so different and unique, and I really like that. The strength and throw is about a 7 for half of the scent shot in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. I finished this clam and Barrett Wax Crafts key lime cookies. This is phenomenal. Absolutely love it. Really, really authentic, nice key lime cookie. It definitely reminds me of those cookies that I had in Key West that sort of melt in your mouth, that's covered in powdered sugar. You definitely get sort of the powdered sugar note in this mixed with that tart lime. It is just honestly amazing. If you like lime bakery scents, then I think you would absolutely love this one. It is just so good and delicious. So much in fact that as soon as I finished this clam, I had to go on his website and make an order just to get another clam of this because it was so good. The strength and throw was an 8 for 1 cube in my 20-watt hot plate warmer, so quite strong. And like I said, love this one. This is likely going to end up in my top 19 cents because it's that good. I finished this chunk bag in Sassy Girl Aroma's strawberry whipped cream cupcakes at Tiffany's. I showed you the cupcakes at Tiffany's earlier that had crystallized, and this one didn't do that. Again, I'm not the hugest fan of cupcake at Tiffany's for whatever reason. It's just not my personal favorite scent. I know a lot of people love it though. And the blend was okay. The strawberry was just a little odd though, with that kind of toffee note from cupcakes at Tiffany's. So for me, I just didn't feel like this worked really well. Wasn't really a fan of it, but I did manage to get through it. The strength and throw was about a 6.5 for a small chunk in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. I finished this clam in Zeep's Trophy White. This is strawberry, cotton candy, and mandarin orange. This is definitely heavy on that mandarin citrus. Really, that's predominantly what I got. I didn't really get any strawberry or cotton candy. Maybe a little bit of sort of vague sweetness, but mostly that mandarin citrus orange. So if you like that, kind of almost that Suma kind of scent, I think you'd like it. The strength and throw was about a 7 for 1 cube in my 20-watt hot plate warmer and about a 6 in my bowl warmer. I finished this clam in the Bathing Gardens Big Top Lemonade. This is sugary tart yellow lemonade with bright pink lemonade, and I really enjoyed this scent. To me, it's a really perfect lemonade scent. You get the nice tart yellow lemonade, and then it's sweetened just slightly with that sort of strawberry pink lemonade, and I think it's just a fantastic, perfect, refreshing blend. The strength and throw is about a 7.5 for 1 cube in my 20-watt hot plate warmer, and this is definitely one that I would get again. I finished this clam in Goose Creek's Rain Drenched Strawberry. This one was sweet, slightly tangy strawberry. There definitely seemed to be some rhubarb in this one. There definitely also was this slight outdoorsy vibe that I picked up from it. Like, it definitely seemed to have a little bit of a fresh note that kind of made you think that you were maybe out in a strawberry patch kind of picking strawberries. It was nice and quite different, but if I had to choose between this scent and strawberry jam, I would probably still pick strawberry jam, although this one was nice, and it definitely was a little bit like syrupy sweet compared to strawberry jam. The strength and throw was about a 6.5 for 1 cube in my 20-watt hot plate warmer, and I did 2 cubes in my 20-watt hot plate warmer, and the strength and throw was like an 8.5, 9. And then I also finished strawberry jam. This one is a very sweet, jammy strawberry preserve kind of scent. You definitely get the sugary sweetness and that sort of jam vibe. You get hints of raspberry, maybe even a little bit of blackberry. There is always something a little bit artificial about it that I pick up, but it's still a really, really nice scent. And again, I don't really mind that it's not super authentic, but it is good. The strength and throw is about a 7.5 for 1 cube in my 20-watt hot plate warmer, and this is definitely a scent that I continue to repurchase. I finished this 4-pack Raggedy Ann Faces. Yes, Raggedy Ann Faces from Sassy Girl Aroma in Best Friends. This is also from 2017. I don't even think she does the Raggedy Ann Faces anymore. anymore. But anyway, I thought it was time that I finally use them. The notes are boysenberry, elderberries, strawberries, guava, and pomegranate with vanilla. And this was just a fruity blend. It's got all kinds of different fruits. No one fruit really like dominates. It just kind of smells like this fruity kind of cocktail. It's just an okay scent for me. The Strength and Throw, even though it was this old, was a 6 for the Raggedy Ann head and my 24 watt hot plate warmer. I finished the scent shot in Destination Wax's Mirror of the Witch. This is a scent that I've gotten many times. It's cotton candy, orange, and strawberry. A really nice blend. I enjoy this one a lot. The orange brings a nice little citrusy touch. It's quite nice. Really enjoyed this one. I'll continue to repurchase it. The Strength and Throw is about a 7.5 for half of the scent shot in my 24 watt hot plate warmer. I almost finished this scent shot in Destination Wax's Blackberry Fruit Punch, and this one is just not my favorite. It is super sweet. There's almost this sort of sweet tart vibe going on, and it's also very strong. It's just a little bit too sweet for me personally, but if you like your really sweet fruity scents, I think you might like it, but it's just not my personal favorite. The Strength and Throw is about an 8 for a third of the scent shot in my 24 watt hot plate warmer. I finished this scent shot in Destination Wax's Blackberry Marmalade. Now this is a blackberry that I love. This is the perfect sweet, but not too sweet, and juicy blackberry. No perfume notes. I absolutely love it. It's just great. It's a great blender scent. Also, I've blended it with so many different things. I blended it with like her beach night scent, sort of bonfire-y marshmallow scent. I blended it with pear and strawberry. This one is quite strong. It does overtake in blends, so you really only need a little bit. When you melt it by itself, the Strength and Throw is about an 8.5 for about a fourth, a little bit over that, maybe even a third of the scent shot in my 24 watt hot plate warmer. So it doesn't take much. If you are going to use this as a blender, again, this one does tend to dominate a blend, so you don't need much of this one in comparison to some of the other scents you may choose to use. Really like this one and would definitely be getting it again. I finished this shape in the Bathing Gardens Bohemian Rhapsody. This is strawberry, lime, orange, and raspberry. This one was just an okay scent for me. The lime definitely hit my nose first, followed by the other fruit. And the lime was a little bit of had an astringency that I wasn't the hugest fan of, like almost a little bit of a bitter note. So it was okay, but I'm not in love with this one. It also wasn't very strong for me. The Strength and Throw was about a 4.5 for the shape in my 20 watt hot plate warmer. So it's not personally one I repurchase. I finished these mini melters from Rosegirls and Strawberry Apple Strudel. This was actually sent to me by my friend on Instagram, Susan, and I'll leave her Instagram below. She sent a really just amazing kind of random act of kindness, and this scent was really nice, very sweet and juicy, hints of bakery. The Strength and Throw was about a 5.5 for the little mini melters in my Accord warmer. And I also finished this scent shot in Destination Wax Quick Heat Wedding. This is fresh strawberries, strawberry seeds, and marshmallow fluff. A really nice scent. It's a really perfect blend of her strawberry scent and her strawberry seed scent, and that marshmallow creaminess comes through, and it's just fantastic. It's really nice. The Strength and Throw was about a 6.5 for half of the scent shot in my 24 watt hot plate warmer. I also finished this flower cake in Destination Wax's Wedding Cake. This is a decadent vanilla cake with a layer of strawberry. It is delicious. Mostly you get that cake, vanilla cake kind of scent. Just a little hint of strawberry. This one's always been a little bit of a lighter scent for me, although I still really like it. The Strength and Throw is about a medium 5 for a couple pieces in my cord warmer and about a 5.5 in my 20 watt hot plate warmer. This one is also from 2017, and I know she has increased the fragrance load in some of her scents, so it may be stronger now, but I think because there's so much vanilla in this one, it makes sense it's a little bit of a lighter scent. And lastly, I finished this clamshell in the Bathing Gardens Fairy Call. This is fresh blackberries covered in clotted cream and topped with strawberry cotton candy. And this one is fantastic. This was a top 18 scent of 2018 for me, or it might have been an honorable mention. It is just a really great, juicy, fruity blackberry scent. You definitely get a lot of that creamy blackberry, but you do get a little bit of the strawberry. There's almost a little bit of a tanginess to it. I just really enjoy this one a lot. If you like your blackberry scents, I think this is definitely one to try. The Strength and Throw was about a 7.5 for 1 cube in my 20 watt hot plate warmer. Okie dokie, that is all the wax melts that I finished in May. If you stuck in there this long, thank you so much. I know that was quite a lot. If you're only here for the wax melts, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you. I will rearrange a bit and move right on into the candles. Okie dokie, I am quite happy with the candles that I finished last month. I got through several, and I was really overall happy with the scents that I finished. I had a strawberry, blackberry, lime theme in wax, and I was actually able to kind of have that same theme in candles, which I always think is fun to kind of match my theme in candles to wax as well. And I had quite a few lime and strawberry scents. The first candle I finished is this Bath & Body Works Crisp Green Apple. It has this really pretty patterned lid. The notes are tart green apple, juicy citrus, and sugar crystals. And this was listed as an online exclusive, but then some people have actually found it in their stores, and I actually even found it in one of my local stores. I think most stores that did get this only got like one box, but it was seen in stores. I actually really enjoyed this scent. It was a very juicy, tart, candied green apple scent. Sometimes there is a green apple oil that smells like very fresh, and that's really nice paired with like caramel, but this was not that. This was very much your Jolly Rancher apple candy kind of scent. Very tart, very juicy. The strength of that was about a 6, which was actually perfectly adequate because this scent was quite tart, almost bordering on sour. I think if it had been any stronger, I'm not sure that it would have been very tolerable, but I actually really liked it. It was a nice break from a lot of the sweetness. The burn on this was great. It was a faster burner, so I did trim the wicks. I did keep an eye on it. I would say don't burn any more than 3 to 4 hours. It did have some sooting. You can see a little bit of the discoloration down there with the wax, but it wasn't bad at all, actually, as long as you kept your wicks trimmed. I actually really enjoyed this scent, and I would repurchase it. In fact, if I can go ahead and pick it up at semi-annual sale, I will. I might order another one online, I'm not sure, but it was really nice, and I also think it's a new scent, so I think that's great. If you like your tart, slightly sour, juicy, kind of fruity scents, and with a candied sweetness, I think that you would like this one. It was actually very nice. The next candle I finished is Bath & Body Works Gelato, and this was the semi-annual sale release of this scent. I think the label is nice picture label. The notes are a blend of vanilla ice cream, lemon candy with notes of strawberry and raspberry puree. But this particular version is somewhat just a generic scent to me. There's nothing incredibly special about it. It is a strawberry, red berry, lemon sugary scent. It's actually not very creamy to me. I don't really get an actual lot of like vanilla ice cream. The oil is there, I can smell it, but when it burns, I don't really get that coming through. It just comes across as a sort of sweet, strawberry, lemony kind of scent. The lemon is definitely the top note for me, followed by the berries, and then a little bit of that vanilla comes through, but not very much. It's just okay for me. I'm not in love with it. It's not one that I'm going to repurchase. It was also not super strong. The strength and throw was about a 5, 5.5. The burn was not great either. It was also quite sooty. This wax, I think, was a very, very pale green kind of color, and you can see it's very gray now, and it was quite sooty there. You can actually see some of the soot on the sides. The burn was slower. It was slower to pull out at times. I did keep it in a sleeve, and then even though it was slow to pull out, it was sooty, like I mentioned, and especially toward the end, it got really sooty. And then also toward the end, there was some residue on the sides here where it just really started slowing down. I never actually cotton balled it. I probably could have, and that might have improved it, but it was able to keep itself going without cotton balling. So overall, it's just a one and done for me. I'm not overly impressed. I finished this 4-wick Homeworx Farmstand Strawberry. I love the labels on these. I just think they're so cute and kind of pop artish, and this really cute white scallop lid. The notes of Farmstand Strawberry are farm fresh strawberries, red raspberry, currants, lemon zest, and crystallized sugar. This is an absolutely fantastic strawberry scent. It's just delicious. It's a very juicy, not overly sweet strawberry. It's not really particularly jammy. It definitely smells very authentic. It's not artificial at all. I don't get any like chapstick, artificial kind of vibe from it. It is just a great scent. As far as the strength and throw, it did vary. It started off very nicely, about a 6.5, and then it reduced to about a 4, 4.5. The burn struggled. From almost the very first, it didn't want to pull out. There's actually residue here. You can see starting at this point all the way down. So like the first fourth was okay, and then it just started to struggle. I didn't trim the wicks, and it did still struggle. I finally ended up letting it burn and burn and burn for hours. I think I lit it in the morning, I let it burn for like 9 hours, and then it sort of corrected itself in the middle. It fully pulled out, and it corrected the tunneling that had started to happen. I did have to finish it off by cotton balling it the last fourth, and then it did burn itself out. And you can actually see the wick clips here, so it did burn all the way down, but there's, you know, an amount of wax here on the sides, and you can kind of see where it was struggling there at the end. So not really impressed with the burn. You know, it just struggled, and I think I wouldn't mind the burn as much if the strength and throw had remained consistent throughout the entirety of the candle, but it didn't. It weakened severely the second half to the point where there was a couple times I could almost not smell it. So as much as I absolutely love this scent and the packaging, I really couldn't necessarily recommend this version unless you don't mind the above mentioned things I mentioned. Hopefully this scent will come out again and maybe an improved 3-wick or maybe even an improved 4-wick format, so we can really enjoy it and have that really great strength and throw throughout the entirety of the candle. The next candle I finished is Bath & Body Works Strawberry Pound Cake. I did review this one in my last Empties video for April. The notes are fresh strawberries, golden shortcake, and a dollop of whipped cream. This is a fabulous scent. It is absolutely delicious. You get this syrupy, sweet strawberry scent and this nice bakery note. There is something that reminds me a little bit of raspberry peach macaron, especially when it's burning. That very sort of similar bakery note, gourmand kind of note does come through, and it reminds me of that scent a little bit. Not dupes at all, but just there is something similar. There's definitely a similar oil. To me, this is a scent that on cold sniff it's okay, but when it's burning is really when the magic happens. It is yummy. So the last one I reviewed in my April empty, it wasn't as strong as I would have liked. This one was a lot stronger. Let me zoom in here on the batch number. This is a 9066 AGA1, just for reference for anyone. The strength and throw of this one was about a 7.5, so it was stronger than last month's. The burn was pretty good on this one. There was some sooting. I was careful to trim the wicks on this one. I trimmed it a little bit, but I didn't over trim it because it was sort of a medium burner. It was a bit slower to pull out, especially toward the mid-range. Below the mid-range, you can see the little bit of residue there. I didn't have it in a sleeve though, but it didn't affect the strength and throw, and so I was okay with that. I never had to cotton ball it or anything like that. This is absolutely a repurchase for me. I do have a couple of backups already, and if I can find any more at semi-annual sale, I will definitely pick a couple up. It's just really probably one of the best strawberry scents that Bath & Body Works has ever done. The next candle I finished is this Yankee Candle White Strawberry Bellini. This is a citrusy berry scent. You get peach, pineapple, mango. The mango was very syrupy and sweet, not tart. You get the strawberry, a slight champagne vibe, more of like a sparkling vibe than an actual authentic champagne note or even an effervescence. It sounds really good, but it was just an okay scent for me. I would have liked more strawberry or berry notes, or maybe even more of that like effervescence. It's somewhat similar to strawberry lemon ice, and I actually prefer the strawberry lemon ice. The strength and throw started off pretty decent. It was about a 6, and then it diminished to about a 3, and then it diminished to the point that I really couldn't smell it anymore. The burn was fine. You can see it looks quite clean. It did soot quite a bit about the midway through the candle. You can see the soot there on the edge, especially the last 2 burns, and then the wick did start to drift just a little bit the last burn. So overall, it was okay. It didn't wow me. I didn't love it, but it was adequate, but it's not one that I would personally repurchase. I finished a box of Yankee Candle Tea Lights in Summer Scoop. I like this scent. It's a very creamy strawberry scent. It's a very light scent. Even in vendor wax, the people who have vendor wax dupes with this, the scent is just very light, but it's still nice, and it was great to kind of match my theme. I attempted to finish this strawberry tea cake candle by the brand Elizir. So this was actually Goose Creek's first attempt at the 3-wick candles. They did sort of a side company called Elizir. I don't even think these candles were on their website at first. They had like the Elizir had its own website, and then I think eventually maybe they wound up on Goose Creek's website, because I'm pretty sure that's how I got them. Needless to say, I did not finish this scent. There's still half the candle left, and I'm not going to finish it. I'm surprised that I was able to get to the halfway point. So essentially, to me, this smells like strawberry wax lips. If you remember from maybe when you were a kid at Halloween, they would have those like lips that were made of kind of this waxy, candied consistency that you could kind of put in your mouth, and you could pretend to have like vampire fangs or whatever. That's exactly what this smells like to me. It's not an enjoyable smell, actually. Very waxy, very artificial, just not good as far as the scent. I was curious about the burn. Since Goose Creek released their new 3-wick candles, I thought, I wonder if this was sort of their test launch for those. The strength and throw of this was about a 2. It was barely detectable, which was great because actually the scent wasn't good, so I'm glad it wasn't any stronger. The burn was actually okay. okay as far as pulling out. It didn't tunnel, but it was very, very, very sooty. This is obviously a darker wax, and you can see all the soot that's on the actual wax itself. I would keep the wicks pretty trimmed. You can see how low I had trimmed it, so if I had burned it again, like this is where I would light it, and it wouldn't take very long for little just puffs of soot to come off of this. So I was not impressed or happy with that. So really overall, I'm not impressed with this. The scent was not good, the throw was not good, and the burn was not good either. So I am hoping this is a test run and they have improved their 3 wicks since then, since they have now marketed them as their own Goose Creek brand. I did buy one just to kind of test it out, so I'll definitely keep y'all guys updated on that, because of course I love 3-wick format, but so many companies have tried 3-wick format and not many are able to perfect it. So my partner finished this DW Home Candle in Tobacco Ode. This is a dark and aromatic. This scent is not for me. This is a very masculine cologne scent. My partner burned this while I was out of town. My partner said that the strength and throw was like maybe a 1.5. It was very, very light. Could barely smell it sitting right beside it. It didn't want to pull out. Eventually it did pull out after letting it burn for a long time, so it just wasn't a great performing candle. And I know that these particular DW Home candles are not the best performing. Yeah, so it wouldn't be a repurchase. I finished this large jar Kringle in Sparkling. I love the label on this one. Look how refreshing that looks. The notes on Sparkling are lime zest, sparkling strawberry, raspberry, bubbling soda, and spring water. This is a really nice lime scent. It is very zesty, sort of like a sparkling lime soda, actually kind of what you see here. Like if you had tonic water and fresh lime and the zest of that, you get a little bit of sweetness from the berry. It's just really, really nice. I've mentioned before that I'm a bit fussy with lime. Some limes can go very wrong with me. This one went very right. I really hope they bring this scent back. I love the Kringle candles. I love the look of them, the apothecary jars. I love the labels. The strength and throw was about a 6.5. The burn was okay. You can see how discolored the wax is down there. It's very yellow. This is pretty typical for the Kringle candles. I did have to cotton ball it once mid-range just because the wax got very gross and yellow, as you can see here, and then it sort of lost its scent a little bit right here in the middle, and I cotton balled it once and then it corrected itself and I was able to finish it just fine. There was some sooting, but it wasn't horrible. I did keep the wicks trimmed, but didn't try to trim them too low, because I didn't want to cause any kind of tunneling issues. The very last 2 burns, the wicks did start to move, so you can kind of see how this one's a bit off to the left here. It did start to move and kind of slide around. This had actually pulled out in its entirety. So I probably could have got another burn out of this, but because the wick started to move, I decided no, for safety reasons, I would go ahead and not burn it anymore. If they were to bring this scent back, I would absolutely repurchase it. It really is quite fantastic, and I would probably try to get a medium jar of it because I just like that size better for me personally. So I'm really hoping that maybe one day they bring it back, because it's really a really great scent. I finished this medium jar in Yankee Candles Vanilla Lime. This was a top 18 scent of 2018 for me. It wasn't a new scent, but it was new to me last year, and I have just fallen in love with it. It is a really nice, creamy, tangy lime scent. A nice amount of the vanilla comes through. Very, very creamy. It's not astringent. It's not a bitter lime. It's just perfectly tangy and zesty, and I love it. The strength and throw was about a 5, so a medium. I would like to have it stronger, but for a Yankee candle, actually a medium is pretty good in my home. The burn was good the entire way. A little bit of sooting, but you can see the very last 2 burns, the wick completely moved over to the one side. So I probably could have gotten 2 more burns out of this, but because the wick decided it was going to move and travel, I decided I would just call it empty. I do have another one of these. I would absolutely repurchase it. The next candle I finished is Bath & Body Works Unicorn Sprinkles. It has this glittery lid. The notes of Unicorn Sprinkles are fluffy cotton candy, rainbow candy drops, sugared lemon with essential oils, and it has this white lid. This was a complete surprise collection for us. It just showed up online one morning, and I happened to be on vacation that particular weekend, and I was able to order all the candles, and this one sold out very quickly. The entire collection actually sold out, but this one in particular sold out really quickly. So of course I was really excited to get it, but unfortunately this scent did not live up to the hype for me, and the only reason there was hype was because it sold out so quickly and people couldn't get it. This was just an okay scent. I actually get a good bit of peach and apricot from the scent, mixed with vanilla and berries, and I do get some citrus, a little bit of lemon maybe. It is somewhat an actual generic scent, similar to how I described Gelato. It's nothing extremely special in my opinion. It's nothing that really wowed me. I think if this had been any other scent that they brought out in regular stores and it didn't have a cute name and a glittery label, I'm not sure that it would be as coveted as it is for the scent itself. A lot of people have compared this to Gelato and said that the scent was very similar. I can get that. I think that the berry and lemon notes are the same in both candles, but they are different. From Gelato, I do get a creamy vibe. From this scent, I definitely get a lot of apricot peach. And I get a little bit of a different kind of citrus in this scent. The sweetness in both candles is a bit different as well. As far as does this smell like cotton candy? No, I don't think so. I've smelled cotton candy oils from vendors and this does not smell like cotton candy. It just sort of smells like a generic peachy, fruity kind of scent. So if it's something that you couldn't get your hands on, you know, don't be dismayed because it really isn't that fabulous. The label's cute, the name is cute, but that's really as far as it goes in my opinion. The strength though was about a 5.5, 6. The burn was actually fine. Watch the flames though, this one got a little bit hot. You can see it's actually pretty clean in there, not much soot. I did keep the wicks trimmed. It wasn't necessarily a fast burner that I really had to watch very, very closely. It was more about a medium hot burner, but there were definitely times when the wicks would start sooting just a little bit, and so I would like blow it out at that point. Overall, this was an okay scent. Really, it's just a one and done for me personally. The next scent I finished is this Homeworx Creamy Dreamy Vanilla. I think this packaging is adorable. It looks like really cute old-fashioned ice cream cartons. I love the scalloped matching lids. They're just so cute. The notes are Madagascar vanilla, caramel cream, cinnamon, and crystallized sugar. And this was one of the 3-wick candles that came out in the ice cream duo. This is a really nice vanilla scent. There is a little bit of caramel note to this as well. It does say that in the notes. To me, the caramel isn't dominant. You definitely get this really authentic vanilla bean ice cream kind of vanilla, but the caramel almost comes across as like either a caramel swirl throughout the ice cream or maybe even a little bit like a caramel topping over top of the ice cream. It's really nice. I would say 75 to 80% vanilla, 20% caramel. It's not overly sweet, which is probably one reason I really liked it. The strength and throw did vary throughout the life of the candle. It started off for the first half about a 5.5, so for vanilla scent, you know, that's decent, a little over medium. The second half it was a 3.5. It started to get to the point where I really couldn't smell it very much. For a 3-wick candle, the burn was not the best. Normally the 3-wick candles had pretty flawless burns, no issues. This one did struggle a bit. It was definitely slower to pull out, especially the second half. The first half did pretty well as far as the burn, but you can even see here toward the second half all the residue where it just got really, really slow to pull out. I did trim the wicks a little bit at first, just a little bit, and then I did stop trimming them because I noticed that it was getting slow to pull out. I did end up cotton balling it once, trying to kind of help it. It did help a little, but then it didn't really help either. So it did burn itself out. You can see the soot there on the wax. For a candle that was slower to pull out and had smaller flames, it had a surprising amount of soot. So I would probably say that this is one of the worst 3-wick candles that I had burned because most of the 3 wicks were pretty nice. I like this scent a lot, but I wouldn't repurchase it in this form just because of the burn issues for me. I also finished this Homeworx Farmstand Strawberry in the fruit basket form. The notes are farm fresh strawberry, red raspberry, currants, lemon zest, and crystallized sugar. I've already talked about the scent in this 4-wick here. So just to talk about the burn, the strength and throw of this one was about a 5. The burn was actually okay. With these fruit baskets, they start to tunnel a little bit at the very first couple of burns. But then when you let it continue to burn, it completely corrects itself. And as you can see, there's hardly any wax left at all. These did have the issue with the wicks kind of moving a little bit. On this particular one, I didn't really have that happen. This one moved a tiny bit, but not bad. The other 3 really did stay in place. So I thought that was great. I have several more of these and I'm glad that I do. This is a really nice strawberry scent as I mentioned already. And lastly, I finished this Bath & Body Works Flamingo Beach Candle. I think the label on this one is absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at that scenery. So pretty. The sunset, gorgeous. The notes are pink summer berries, juicy orange, and dewy white petals. And as others have stated, I know specifically like Kent from Teeny Delicious specifically stated, this is definitely a dupe of Yankee Candle's Pink Sands, but much stronger. If you've never smelled Pink Sands from Yankee Candle, it is a sweet, juicy melon and berry scent, and it does have some uplifting citrus and a slight floral, kind of pretty undertone. It's very vibrant, sweet, and summery while also being a little bit pretty. And this one is strong. I would say an 8.5, 9, maybe even at times a 9.5. If you love pink sands from Yankee Candles and you want to actually fill your home, definitely pick this one up. I'm pretty sure that this particular packaging sold out fairly quickly, and they did bring it out in another packaging which is in stores now. And I think because the scent was so popular, I can imagine that we'll see this one again. The lids on these were also really cute with that kind of palm leaf look to them. This was a fast burning candle, so definitely watch your flames. It can be sooty, but if you keep your wick trimmed and you don't let it burn more than like 3 hours at a time, you should be able to control that. You can see that the wax is still pretty white. There's a little bit of sooting there, but it's not horrible. There's a little bit of sooting on the side, but again, not horrible. Otherwise, this was a great burn. It's just one of the faster ones that you have to watch. So yeah, I really like this scent a lot. I like Pink Sands. I think it's really a great scent. It was nice to be able to kind of have this sort of classic Yankee Candle scent, but actually be able to smell it in my entire like open concept living room, dining room, kitchen area. It was really great. So if I found this again, especially in this packaging, I would definitely pick it up, and I might even pick up the other packaging at semi-annual sale. Okie dokie, y'all, that is it. That is everything that I used, melted, and burned in May 2019. Overall, a really great month for me. Really happy with everything. Let me know in the comments what you melted and burned in May. I always love to hear from you. If you watched this video in its entirety, wax, candles, and body care, and you listened to all of my rambling, leave me a pink or green heart below. I always love to see y'all pop up in my comments, and I really always appreciate that engagement from you. As this video is already super long, I'm going to try not to ramble here at the end, so if you like this video or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you like to see other videos like this, please subscribe. I am trying to be a bit more consistent with my content. Thank you all for all of your patience over this last year as I've been adjusting to this new caregiver role with my grandmother while still working full time and doing other responsibilities and things that I have going on. I really thank you for sticking around with the channel. It means the world to me. And so thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you all. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.